Everyone. I just thought I would do another little video. I did try and do one last week. Well, I did make a lovely video last week. Um, it was a lovely video that I made with music, and then I came to upload it and realised that no, that wasn't going to work because all the music's copyrighted, and even though I've paid for it, I can't do it on Facebook. So that little meditation with music was binned because I couldn't do it. So that's why I put on the video about uh, doing a little Zoom call, because I do meditation with music. That's part of what I do. So if you are interested in doing something like that and would like to do something like that, then please just text us or messages or email us, whatever. So then I can send you a link and we can set something up. So today there's been so much this morning, thinking about different things and wanting to do a little video, and I'm not very good at doing little videos, and what should I talk about, and what should I say, what do we need, where are we at, and what's really going on in the world, and I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea. I'm as confused as everybody else. I think everybody's feeling that their lives have been completely thrown upside down. I know when I walked the dogs yesterday afternoon, and I was walking through my community, and I always bump into people when you're walking dogs. It's really nice actually, because when you live on your own and you don't have, you know, we're so isolated at the minute and we don't get to see many people. So it's really nice when you can have, like, you know, a couple of minutes chat with somebody or 5 minute chat with somebody else. And what was really interesting yesterday was that in every conversation I had with more or less everybody that I saw yesterday, was the two things that came out was the first thing that they were angry, and the second thing was that they were fed up. And you know, it's been really difficult lately for everybody. And I'm gonna, myself included, I have days where I'm great and that I can see all the positives and I'm moving forward. And then there's other days where I just feel distraught or incredibly angry, or what's the point of it all? We're never going to come out of this. This is just shit. And I guess I just want it. First of all, it's nice to know that there's other people who are also in that situation, because then you don't feel like you're on your own. And secondly, you know, it's okay to go into these places. We've been in this situation for over a year now. People's lives have been turned on the head. You know, nothing's normal anymore. Not life that we used to know. You know, and something that's been coming up for me, and I'm just going to share it with you because I really struggle not being able to do things. I'm a very practical person. I like to be busy. I like to be out there. I like, I've got a background in community work. Um, I've just always done practical stuff in my life. It's just who I am. I'm not one for sitting behind a computer and doing stuff like this. This is not me. You know, I'm quite happy just to be behind the scenes, getting on with it, doing the stuff, making a difference. So sitting on my arse and not being able to do stuff, I'm really struggling with. And at the weekend, well, before the weekend, I was really, really struggling. And I had a conversation on Friday with a teacher that I'm working with, because I need support like everybody else needs support. And I can't have been very easy on Friday because I was very angry. I was very angry. I was angry about everything, just everything. And I didn't want to hear what she was saying to us because I was very defensive, and when we're angry, we are defensive, and we don't want to hear what somebody else is saying, even if that, that advice and that it's all relevant and it's very good advice, and somebody's trying to help and support you. But when you're in that place, you really can't hear what somebody else is saying. It takes a bit of time for it to drop in. So what she suggested I did, and actually I suggest this to the people that I work with as well, and I do it myself. And she suggested that I just wrote down everything that I was feeling. So on Saturday, that's what I did, because on Friday I was too angry to even start thinking about writing stuff down. But on Saturday, I sat and I wrote it all down. And then I had a good cry, and then I got on with some stuff and felt a lot better, and then it all came back up again. So I sat and wrote a load more. And the whole point of writing all this stuff down is to find some peace within yourself. I wish that I could say that I had found some peace within myself. Probably a tiny little bit, but not a lot. Because I was still angry, and because I wasn't accepting. And yeah, and people, well, not people, even I say it, and I have to take my own advice, but we don't have to like what we have to accept. Um, so by accepting a situation or something that's happened to you, um, isn't saying that you like it or you agree with it. It's just saying that I accept it, because if we don't accept, then we fight it, and when we fight it, we become angry, and then we cause pain. Um, so I can't say I'm in a place of acceptance, because I'm not at the moment. I'm still in that fighting place. I'm still in that anger place. Um, I still don't want to accept. And this is me talking. This is me who will help other people find that peace within themselves and come to that place of acceptance. But even I understand with the clients that I work with, if you're not ready to accept whatever it is you need to accept, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you or what anybody helps you try to do. It's not going to happen until that person is ready to accept. And that person and will accept where they're at when it drops in whatever it is that they need to process within themselves. It could take weeks, it could take days, it could take hours, it could take years, but they will not accept until they're ready to accept. So I'm that person at the moment, and I'm not ready to accept, but I'm working my way through. I'm just looking out the window and watching the snow here. Um, I'm just working my way through my own shit to find some acceptance in this whole situation. And I have to keep reminding myself that I don't need to like it to accept it. Because at the moment, because of the non acceptance of what's going on, it's causing me pain. So here's the thing, right? The reason that my teacher asked me, it's absolutely bleaching it down now, and I've got to go and pick the dog up in about 20 minutes, which is going to be fun. Okay, so, right, back to where I was. Okay, so the reason that my teacher told me to write this down was so that I could find the root cause of what it was that was triggering me. Because there's something about this situation that we're in that is, and another aspect of the situation that we're in. There's a lot of triggers in the situation that we're in for a lot of people. But this is another particular trigger for me. And I'm just basically what had come up was it was some person in a suit that has made a decision which affects my life who doesn't know us. So within the current situation, the thing that I'm really struggling to let go of is my work in hospitality. I absolutely love working in hospitality. I love meeting all the people. I love doing my breakfast. I love doing my beds and bogs. I just love hospitality. It's not for everybody, but it's fast paced, it's pressurized, it's hard work. But for people working in hospitality, it's not. If you love what you do, it's a passion, and it's a vocation, and you feel useful, and I just love it. It's just, yeah, you know what? There's times where it's a pain in the arse like every other job, but I absolutely love working in hospitality. And for me, that's just been completely removed. Like for so many other people, hospitality's gone. It's finished. It's gone. Yeah. And at the minute, the likelihood of that coming back anytime soon is it's not. So so I've been forced into a place where I have to make a decision that I have to do something completely different. And I'm fighting it because I don't want to do that. Some twat in a suit has decided that I can no longer work in hospitality, so that's that. Just like everybody else. Don't give a shit about me, don't give a shit about anybody else. But that's where we're at, right? So so what's been really interesting for me is that this has been a massive trigger point for us. And I didn't understand why it was such a trigger point for us until yesterday, truthfully. And I was sitting thinking about things that I used to do in the past. And in the past, I was a project manager of a children's project in County Durham on Chevron Road. Tough estate. The crack was on Chevron Road. If you could work on Chevron Road, you would work anywhere because it was so tough, right? Um, a very, very uh, rundown community, but such wonderful people and wonderful kids. And we started this project with very little money. There was me, and then there was a couple of other people that I worked with, and we grafted our arses off. Uh, we did breakfast clubs, I did after school stuff, we did play schemes. We basically did all the wraparound care for the kids, and worked with the parents and built up a really good relationship. Um, I'm getting emotional because I worked there 6 years and I absolutely loved it. It was my life. It was my absolute life. Very, very hard. I used to drink far too much because of the pressure of it, but we knew we were making a difference, and we did it on a very small budget. And everybody who did it, everybody who was in my project, worked there because their heart and soul was in it. And then one day we had a change of government, and a certain Tony Blair came into government, and they decided that they were going to do Sure Start. And because some twat in a suit decided that they wanted all the kudos, they decided to stop funding us, and we're just a small charity, we're just a small project. They didn't give a shit about the parents, they didn't give a shit about the children, they didn't care. They absolutely didn't care. It was just about money and kudos. And because we had done the groundwork for 6 years, they decided that they were going to come in and take over. And our project got defunded, and that was that. And I got made redundant. And here I am. I mean, we're going back here. I started this project in 1997 and I left in 2005. That's when I got made redundant. And I wasn't able to tell them children and them families why the project was closing, why I was leaving. They were absolutely devastated. I had to lie. because I wasn't allowed to tell them the truth. Yeah, and they just thought they were being abandoned, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them, and it broke me heart. Absolutely broke me heart. It took, in fact, it broke me heart so much that I think I left in June. It was around about June 2005, and by October I had a massive nervous breakdown because when people work in communities or do jobs or are passionate about what they do and they put their heart and their soul into it, it's not just a job. You absolutely take those people, those children, those parents, that become your friends. You have a vested interest in their future. You see them grow up from being really small, and you see parents who were not able to hold down a full-time job and work full-time by the time you finished. They just, all of them worked so hard, and we had such uh, a wonderful time when I worked there. Yes, it was hard work. Yes, there were days where I really struggled because it was so tough. But overall, we made a difference. We absolutely made a difference. And then some twat in a suit decided, because there was a policy change and because it wasn't going in the direction that they wanted it to go in, because I was never meant to I was never meant to succeed. That project was never meant to succeed. It was always meant to fail. They had set it up to fail. That was the whole purpose behind it. Not from the charity. The charity absolutely wanted it to succeed. But the twats in the suit didn't want to make it succeed because they didn't want to give power to people who were basically, as they saw them, the dregs of society. Oh yeah, it was all written down. It was all written down as these were the things that they wanted to achieve. But no, it was it bollocks what they wanted to achieve. They didn't want any of these children or parents to achieve anything, because when they were kept down, they were easy to control. And unfortunately, stupidly, for whatever reason, they employed me. And of course, I'm not one to be beaten. And I fought really, really hard in order for these children and these parents to succeed and to discover what they were made of and who they could become. So of course they had to get rid of us in the end, because I had done something that was never meant to have been done. I can't tell you how many times I used to get complaints thrown in against us, from social workers and teachers, and because I showed that, as my boss used to say, I showed them up for what they didn't do. But that's who I am. I can't work in a way that's not truthful or honest or being compassionate or open. So, um, so don't believe what the government tells you, because there's always a bloody hidden agenda. My boss that I used to work for at Children North East used to say used to say that I was paranoid, because I used to say to her, "I'm telling you, they have bloody spies in them meetings. I'm telling you, I have my name's on a computer in County Hall in County Durham, uh, because I'm steering the ship, basically, because I'm not towing the line. I'm not a pen pusher. I'm not somebody who just sits around and does nout." And she always just used to laugh at us. She used to think I was crackers. And then one day, just I think it wasn't long after the project had gone, and I used to keep in touch with her, and she phoned us one day and said, "Bloody hell, Catherine, you were right. You were absolutely spot on. There was a spy in one of the meetings. I've seen it for myself. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from now." And I laughed and I said, "Well, you see, I told you." But so don't believe everything they tell you, because they'll tell you what they want you to hear. They have one thing that they tell us, and I don't care what bloody government they are, at local council, government, you name it. They will tell you one thing. They will tell you, us masses, what they want us to hear, but they'll absolutely have a hidden agenda behind it. So just be aware of that, especially in the current situation. All right. Anyway, I'm going off track and I've already done a video of like 20 minutes. So coming back to what the trigger point was, this is the trigger point for me. So here we go again. Like, this is over 20 years ago. I mean, I was, what am I now, 52? So I was, oh, bloody hell. Yeah, it'd be over 20 years ago. I was around about my 30s when I left, when I got made redundant, when I got removed, because I didn't leave. I was forced to leave. And here I am 20 years later, still not accepting. I still haven't accepted that twat in a suit who made that decision. Ultimately, it was policy. Ultimately, it came from Tony Blair's government. But some twat in a suit decided that them people weren't worth caring about, that the agenda, whatever that agenda was more important. And what does that remind you of? Eh? Because here we are again, 20 years bloody later, and I'm not working, I'm not the project manager anymore. I haven't got a big project behind us anymore. I haven't got children and families around us anymore, not in the way that I used to work. I haven't done anything in that field particularly since then, because it absolutely broke us, because the care had gone out of caring. And I'm sure that anybody who's in the caring field now, who's absolutely passionate and truthful and honest about what they do in that work, will see that the system is not there to care for the people. It's not. It's just not. And it's very, very difficult to work in a system that doesn't care. Anyway, going off track again. So coming back to the reason that I'm talking, the whole thing is that the reason that I'm not accepting where I am right now is because I didn't accept where I was 20 years ago. So the bit I need to heal is the grief and the anger and the hurt that I felt for losing that wonderful project that I ran 20 years ago. Because the same thing is happening, the trigger, it's the same trigger. Because some twat in a suit has decided that hospitality is no more because of their agenda. Whatever that agenda is, regardless of what you think, it's not up to me, to change how you think. Whatever you think about what the current situation is the current situation. But that's where I'm at right now. They've took away something that I absolutely loved because of an agenda, because of some twat in a suit. Not because they don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about the people who work in hospitality. They don't give a shit. They just don't. Because it's all about the agenda. Full stop. So I don't know if I'm going to put this online or not. I don't really know whether it's going to help you or not. I guess the point that I'm making is that, right now things are really difficult for so many people. So many people are feeling anger. So many people have just come to the end of the line. It's a year on, and what's changed? Because nothing's changed. If anything, it's got worse. It hasn't got any better. People are really starting to suffer now. So, and people, you will be getting triggered just like me, about stuff that perhaps you haven't even thought about. I never even thought that the thing 20 years ago was connected to what I'm feeling now. But now I've made that connection, and now I'm aware of it. Now I can work on it. And what I need to do is I need to go back, and I'll work with my teacher, on going through some of that stuff, because it doesn't make it doesn't make any sense to me when people don't care. It doesn't make any sense, because I'm not like that. Like, I really care about people. As my friend says to us, I'm too kind, and perhaps I am too kind sometimes. But that's who I am. I care and I'm compassionate, and I get angry because I get pissed off because people, there's things that are happening that it's not about caring about people. And you see people suffering and you see people's pain, including my own and the people I have around us. Um, so yeah, so I have to go back and find, in order to find the acceptance of what's going on right now, and that's not that I like it. I do not like it. I absolutely do not like it. But in order to find some peace within myself and some acceptance for myself, I have to go back to what's triggering it in the first place to find the acceptance of what's happening now. And then, and only then, can I move forward. Or I'm going to stay in this place of anger and this place of pain and this place of suffering. And as my teacher will say to me, as her teacher said to her, if you choose not to do the work, um, if you choose not to look at what's coming up for you, if you choose not to become aware, enjoy your pain, because the only person that's creating that is yourself. Um, and when you have that knowledge, that pisses you off even more. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I've done nearly 30 minutes of rambling on. I don't know if this is going to help anybody. I don't know if this is going to, well, I don't know. Anyway, I've done it. It was something that I felt that I wanted to do. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll do another one very soon. Take care now. Bye.